Thank you, Alexandra. Hi. Hello, everybody. Are you excited? Yeah. Cool. My name is Sota Watanabe. I'm founder of Stake Technologies and making a product called Plasm. So Substrate consists of two parts, Substrate core and Substrate runtime module library. So we are making Plasma Substrate runtime module library. All right, let's get it started. Here is today's agenda. So I'm going to briefly explain what Plasm is, just in case you did not know Plasma, and then introduce Plasm. So Plasma is a technology, and Plasm is our product. And then, so let me show our product development. This is a demo. And the next, I will briefly explain the Plasm on the Polkadot. Since I talked the Plasm 3 months ago at Sub-Zero Summit, I have got many questions. Why we need the Plasma in the Polkadot space? Like Polkadot is also a scaling solution. So let me give you the answer here. And lastly, I will describe Plasma as a service. So Plasma. So Plasma is a layer 2 scaling solution originally for the Ethereum. And it has a hierarchical structure. And basically speaking, there are two chains, parent chain and child chain. The parent chain delegates the execution to the child chain, and child chain commit the last value of the calculation to the main chain. So we have a hierarchical structure. But the problem is that there are many derivative plasmas, and the plasma is very complicated. Like a plasma cache, plasma EVM, plasma loop, plasma prime, and the plasma debit. It's so complicated. So this is where Plasm came in. So Plasm is the substrate runtime module library, so which allow developer to add Plasma functions to their substrate chain. And since we are making a Plasma runtime module library, so we can also make Plasma chain by ourselves. And we want to be the one with the fastest parachain, Plasma parachain. So it might be difficult to imagine like a module. So this is analogy. We are not setting a USB at all, and this is analogy. So you can choose which Plasma to import and customize substrate. So in this sense, the Plasma is like a pluggable USB. So currently, in the future, we have a two-way to use Plasm. The first, import Plasm to your substrate chain and get high scalability. And second, build an application or child chain on the Plasm parachain. All right. So I'm going to show you the demo. On left side is our repository. And the right side, I'm going to briefly talk about the demo. And to do so, we need to run the 3 nodes. Plasm node, Plasm operator log, and also Plasm client. And there are 3 players. Alice, she's operator. He's managing the input-output between the parent chain and child chain. And Tom and Bob. So Alice have a bunch of tokens. So Alice gave the Bob and Tom tokens. And then Bob sent token from his parent chain to the child chain. And on the child chain, Bob sent token to Tom. And Tom exit his token to the parent chain. So, yeah, this is the demo. We are currently running 3 nodes. The operator is watching the event, the right side. And the 3 players, Alice and Bob and Tom. So right now, Alice have a bunch of tokens. And Bob is 0. And Tom is also 0. So first, Alice sent Tom and Bob some tokens. And the operator is also managing, watching the hash and the event. So let's send tokens from Alice to Bob. So she sent 1 billion token to both Tom and Bob. So now Tom has tokens right now. And Bob deposit token from his parent chain to the child chain right now. Again, the right side operator is managing events and also hash. So Bob got a token on his child chain. And now Bob sent a token from his child chain account to the Tom. And then Tom exit his token from child chain to the parent chain. And we can see the exit here. So Tom exit token, then you can see the value amount on his child chain. It's 0. All right, so back to my presentation. So I will explain why we need the Plasma in the Polkadot space. So I have written an article which is about why we need Plasma in the Polkadot space. And with this architecture, if Plasma is the parachain, we can make DEX between the child chain and child chain, and we can make a bridge between the Polkadot and the Ethereum, Polkadot and Bitcoin, Polkadot and X, something. And so we can implement Polkadot 2.02. And Polkadot have a kind of sharding approach rather than Plasma. So some parachain may need more scalability, like IoT use case, energy use case, and so on. And I would like to mention this one, the slot. So parachain slot is limited. So let's say less than 10 slot at first. And currently, it's more than 30 projects who want to be a parachain. So 20 projects cannot be a parachain. So we will provide the way for them to connect their chain to Polkadot through Plasm. In this sense, the Plasm could be one of the Polkadot 2.0 specification. So lastly, we made Plasma as a service product. So this is the architecture, Plasma general architecture written by Ethereum Foundation. As you can see, it's very complicated. It might be small. So it is much more difficult to develop Plasma application than implementing traditional dApps. That's why we made Plasma as a service. It's like AWS. So to deploy the child chain or Plasma application, we need to select which chain to connect and deploy. The second is deploy the application. Lastly, check the current status. You can check our demo from here if you want. So let's see. Here, you can choose which chain to connect. It might be a Plasm parachain, ours. It might be a Edgeware. It might be a Ethereum. And we're gonna list many parachain here. So if you are building a parachain, let us know. All right, let's get started. So currently, we are providing just Plasma Cache applications right now. So select a template. And I'm going to fill out the application name and token name. So this time maybe DOTCon. So token name is DTC. So I'm creating a child chain and connecting this child chain to the parent chain. So Plasma have to be composed of contract and child chain and operator and genesis account. So we need this one. And we successfully deployed our child chain and application. And you can see the status here, the right side. Oh, this is a config file. And you can see the status here. So this is 9. The child chain block is 10. And this number should be updated. So again, if you are building a parachain, so let us know. We will list up the parachain on this site. Okay, pretty much it. So if you have a question, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or Gmail, whatever you want. Thank you for listening.